Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Marta. Today is the 15th of December and I'm here as always to give you a daily dose of your latest gaming news. This time I'm bringing you some news from Ultra Street Fighter 4 as Capcom has given us a little bit of information on the upcoming update, as it will be including online training and 3v3 team matches. Now, for those of you wondering, the online training mode will work a lot like the existing one, except you can invite other players to train against in the online multiplayer. Now, Capcom is hoping that it will make training more exciting. Of course, currently you can only train against a CPU or another local player, and also encourage players to ask for and also give constructive criticism after competitive online matches. And I think the online training mode will be especially useful for learning setups, mix-ups, various timings, and ambiguous cross-ups as well. And it's been something that's been heavily requested for quite some time, and it might make the learning of combos and all that less tedious, as that's something that I personally always struggled with, as I don't really want to just sit there for hours on end learning each different combo. I just want to get in there and actually pew 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 and, you know, have fun, that thing that gaming is kind of all about. So I think this is definitely a good move by Capcom. Another added benefit, of course, is that it will help train you to the online environment, as in, of course, the inevitable latency issues, as of course, you're not going to get that 100% smooth experience that you get when someone is sitting right next to you practicing with you, or if you're against, of course, the CPU. So that's also a nice little addition there. This is not the only new addition, however. There will also be Team Battle Mode, which will add the previously mentioned 3v3 online match, and here you can team up with 2 other players and then of course pit yourselves against another team of 3. Now, each character will use a single life bar across multiple rounds, and you will gain a small number of life with each victory. Now, they have released a new trailer which will run through the new modes, which of course I will link in the description for your perusal. Now, as well as all this, Ultra Street Fighter 4 will be rebalancing the existing characters and new mechanics, which will include the new red focus attack. You trigger this by pressing the medium punch and medium kick and any other button at the same time. Now, unlike standard focus, this will absorb multiple hits, so it will be useful for getting out of tough scrapes. Now, of course, as well as all this, there is the confirmed 5th new character, which there's very little information on at this time, other than the fact that she is female, which does of course cross several characters that could have been off the list but doesn't really tell us much else. Now, 4 have been officially announced, which include Poison, Hugo, and Alina, and of course Rolento, and will be upping the playable character count to 44. And of course, we're going to be getting 6 new arenas as well, so this is a rather massive update to say the least. Now, what do I think? Well, I used to be pretty heavily into fighting games when I was really quite young. I think Tekken 2 was probably one of the first games I actually owned on the PlayStation 1, and Tekken 3 was probably my most played game of all time until I discovered Resident Evil 2. But these days I'm not into them as much, and I do have Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition on the PC, but I haven't really gotten into it that much, and I feel like the learning curve was probably one of the things that kind of stopped me, as yeah, it was fun to kind of go on there and mash buttons, but inevitably I'd get bored of that, and whenever I ventured onto the online mode, I, well, got a thorough smackdown to say the least. So I feel like these additions may help a little bit with that. Of course, you know, an online training mode can't give you actual skill if you don't have it, but still it might make the learning curve less tedious for those of us who have perhaps taken a rather long break from the fighting game community or scene, or whatever word you want to use. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.